You know you're on Accutane when you keep an entire tube of Aquaphor in your purse and you literally have to pee every 5 minutes. Alright, so instead of Foundation Friday this week, we're going to be doing a little skin update since I've now been on Accutane for 2 months, which is crazy. I feel like it's been like a week. Before you watch any more of this video, definitely make sure you've seen my first Accutane related video. It was the acne story talking about my history, 10 years of having acne, what I've already tried, and my decision to go on Accutane. So I'm gonna link that video down below at the top of the description box and in the eye over here. Go watch that video first because I'm not gonna touch on anything that I talked about in that video. This video is gonna be an update on my first 2 months on Accutane. I'm gonna show you guys before and after pictures. I'm gonna show you pictures 1 month in and just talk about some of the side effects I've experienced so far. I didn't want to do a 1 month video because there really wouldn't have been a whole lot to talk about. It would have literally just been me showing you my face. So here we go. I'm excited to update you guys. I know a lot of you have been asking about this on social media, and definitely make sure you're following me on my social media right here because that's where I kind of show you guys. I've showed you on Snapchat and Twitter skin updates and just things I've been experiencing. Little disclaimer that I'm going to mention in every Accutane video. This is just my experience with Accutane. I'm not telling you to go on Accutane. Accutane is a super serious drug. Do your own research. For me, when I was doing my own research and kind of deciding if this is something that I wanted to do, YouTube is one of the places that I went. Videos like this were super helpful for me, so that is my intent in doing this. I'm just sharing my personal experience. I'm going to kind of go just in chronological order, things I've been experiencing starting with month 1 and then up to this point. I do have notes. I wrote them down. Here we go. If you're excited for this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you want to continue to follow along this journey, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Alright, so starting from the beginning, I did get a weird reaction the first day I took it. I vlogged it. I'm not going to go into it because I basically talked about it in that vlog, so I'll link that down below. But I basically was advised to wait a couple days and then try again with a big fatty meal. That's how you're supposed to take these pills. I have taken one of the pills on an empty stomach and I was throwing up for like 3 hours. So definitely take these with a full-on meal or, you know, some kind of healthy fatty foods. So the second kind of time, a few days later that I actually started, it was totally fine. So I started around October 15th. So my pills, there's different brands of the drug that you can take, and the one that I was prescribed is called Migraines, and it looks like this. I take 30 milligrams 2 times a day now, but for the first month I only took 30 milligrams 1 time a day. That's what my dermatologist suggested. That's how most dermatologists do it. You kind of ease into the drug at half the dose, and then on the second month you do 2 times a day the full dose. So they do it by body weight. Some people are on 80 milligrams, some people are on 60 milligrams. So I'm on 60, and the way that I do it, just so I don't forget a pill, is I actually write the date on the top and bottom since I do take 2 a day now. So like today's the 14th when I'm filming this, December 14th. So I took one this morning and then I'll take one at night, and I just number it every single time. So I wrote down that day 9 was the first sight of slight dryness. That was a tongue twister. That was the first day that I started getting slightly dry. Day 28 is when I started getting slightly dry eyes, which I still have. My eyes are always kind of red and bloodshot, especially if I'm like staring at a screen all day. So I don't notice it to be necessarily any worse than usual, but I do have dry eyes and I do have red eyes. Link the eye drops I use down below. Now, I have not experienced the major dryness, and I solely think that's because of the amount of water I've been drinking and the products I've been using since day 1. The dermatologist both times was kind of shocked at how not dry my skin was, and I really think that everything I've been using has been helping. So I'm going to be having a video coming out in a few weeks on the products that I've been using, but I've gotten some messages from you guys saying that you're starting Accutane or you're currently on it and you want to know what I'm using. So just a quick, my top 3 that I would say definitely get. Like I said, I'm going to have a whole video talking more about everything else I'm using, but these are like my top 3 must-haves for Accutane right now. The CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, mentioned this in Raves and Rejects. The CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Cream, this stuff is amazing. I use it at night. And then the Aquaphor Healing Ointment, this is what I use on my lips, and these 3 have been lifesavers. I think these have helped a shit ton. When you're on Accutane, you want to stay super hydrated. Not only is it going to help the dryness, but your liver and everything are going through some tough times, so definitely stay overly hydrated. So I already drink a lot of water, but basically I've been drinking about 8 to 10 of these, this size bottle a day, and I think that has helped a ton with the dryness as well. I try to drink as much of these as possible. I want my pee to be clear, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I literally have to pee every 20 minutes. Joint pain is really common on Accutane because your joints are basically not lubricated at all. For those of you who are new here or don't know, I have chronic pain to begin with, so my body hurts every single day. I have spinal issues, neck issues, and chronic migraines. So pain for me is relative. Like, I do feel joint pain, but I felt that before, and I feel muscle pain and nerve pain and everything else. So it doesn't really affect me. I could see how if you're someone who lives a pain-free life to begin with and you feel pretty good every day, this might be something that would affect you more. For me, it's really not bad. With that being said, some days I do feel like I'm 90 years old. It's a little bit worse since being on Accutane. Like, some days when I stand up, my joints and everything really feel like I'm 50 years older. It's kind of hard to separate what's coming from the Accutane and what's just my usual body stuff. Something that a lot of you guys have asked me about is if my migraines have gotten worse. Headaches and migraines can be a side effect of Accutane, and I can kind of tell what my usual migraines are versus other migraines. So for example, when I'm on my period, I can tell period migraines versus my usual migraines, and I do feel like I've had a few more other kind of migraines than I typically have. Not to the point where I would, stop taking Accutane or anything. I already get 5 migraines a week, so it hasn't really affected my life any more than my migraines already do. I just take my usual Imitrex and hope that I'm not bedridden the rest of the day. All right, so moving into month 2. So every single month on Accutane, you have to do an I pledge quiz, which basically says, you acknowledge that you're going to use birth control and all this stuff because you can't get pregnant while you're on Accutane. You also do monthly blood tests, and then you have a dermatologist appointment. Some dermatologists require you to go in 2 times a month. Mine requires me to go in 1 time a month right after the lab work is done. You have to be really strict about the dates that you get your lab work done. I'm not going to go into that because your dermatologist will tell you all about it, but there's basically a window that you have to get all of this done. So if you're going to be planning any trips and stuff, like I'm going out of the country in January, so I had to kind of plan my trip around when I could go in to get the lab work done and have the appointment. So just keep that in mind. So when I got blood work done a couple years ago for other health issues, they found out that I have really high cholesterol, and they don't know why. It is genetic, but for my age, it's way too high. It was like 240. The doctor seemed to think that something else was triggering it. So I still don't know what that something else is. When I started Accutane, my cholesterol was down to, I think it started at 210 or 213. So after the month 1 blood work, my cholesterol did go up a little bit, and Accutane spikes your cholesterol, which is why that's something that they test for. So I think after month 1, my cholesterol was at about 220, I want to say, so it just went up a little bit. She said she wanted to keep monitoring it. Everything else on month 1 blood work seemed to be fine. So I'm going to insert a photo right here of before I started Accutane. This was taken the day that I filmed the acne story video, and then here's the photo that was taken on my month 1 blood test. So this was exactly a month later. I mean, I was kind of shocked how fast my skin started clearing up. I started seeing my skin clear up within about 2 weeks, and you guys started noticing on Snapchat and in videos and everything. But after month 1, there was a pretty significant difference. I didn't have major cystic spots anymore. My skin looked a lot smoother. Everyone's experience is totally different. Some people don't start seeing it clear up until month 3 or 4. Some people have a purge phase during month 1. I actually didn't have a purge phase at all. So that was really great. That was kind of something that I was prepared for if it happened, but I didn't experience that at all, which was amazing. Super happy about that. So now going into month 2. So month 2, as far as my skin, I definitely had some ups and downs that I think was solely because of some different products I was trying out. I tried out too many things at once. I got way too excited about skincare, and I kind of started throwing in random products at the same time, and my skin was kind of freaking out. So one thing that I found is an absolute no for me, which happens to work amazing for a lot of people with acne, is jojoba oil. Something about jojoba oil my skin hated. Not only did it cause me to break out, but I had weird roughness on my forehead. I was getting closed comedones, which are like the little white under the skin kind of bumps. By the way, I have no makeup on my face right now besides some face highlighter. That's it. No concealer or anything. So this is what my skin is looking like right now. A lot of this, most of this is scarring. I can feel some like tiny bumps down here, like on my chin, but most of this is all scarring right now. Jojoba oil was a major no for me. I kind of cut it out, and then I tried to bring it back in to make sure it was that, and it 100% was the jojoba oil that was causing that. I've never felt my face to feel so rough. It literally felt like I had sandpaper, like someone sandpapered my forehead. Not a good look. So I cut that out of my routine, tried some other stuff. So month 2, my skin was kind of up and down, but I think that was just because of the products. So now that I have this routine down with my skin, it has been pretty much like this the last few weeks. A couple of zits here and there pop up. You know, when you look at your face so much, I feel like especially with filming, it's kind of hard to see the big changes that happen. You notice when you have a zit or when you don't have a zit or when your skin looks clearer than usual, but you don't really see the big picture. In my case, until I go back and like look at old footage. I posted the APDG Foundation Friday video, and that was filmed before Accutane, and holy shit, that was kind of like a wake up call for me. I didn't realize how much my skin had cleared up until I went back and saw that video that I just posted. It's just insane. I mean, I went home from California. I just got back last night. My whole family was complimenting me on my skin, which is something that I have never experienced. It just felt really good because, like I said, I got so used to having acne that I just kind of rocked it for so many years, and it didn't really affect my confidence a whole lot. But when people start complimenting you on your skin, which I never used to get complimented on, it just feels really good. Something that I've noticed is my skin is very red. So even when I had acne, I would still go to the house with it like I talked about in that video. I'd put on some spot concealer, but my skin like underneath the acne wasn't super red. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, I think, but my skin is definitely pretty red, and that is something that, you know, the Accutane can cause. I do wear sunscreen when I go out. You get fried on Accutane, so definitely wear an SPF. Even if I'm outside for like 15 minutes, I'll put on a sunscreen because I learned my lesson the hard way there. So let's talk about the 2-month side effects at this point. So the biggest one for me has been eczema. I've never had eczema before. At first, I actually thought I was having an allergic reaction to a food that I ate because it happened within like a couple hours after I ate dinner one night, and I started noticing it on my hands. My hands got super red. You can't really, oh, you can see a little bit on camera. My hands are super dry. It kind of comes and goes. I've been using the Aveeno lotion, and then my dermatologist gave me a steroid cream to use. So I'm gonna start using that, but I noticed it getting way worse when I was traveling, and I don't know if that's just because it was like 80 degrees in San Diego and it didn't like the heat or whatever. But last night I took a picture. It's pretty much like all down my arm right now, and there's some super dry kind of burny patches. So it has gotten worse in the last like week, but I'm just gonna be putting that cream on and it should go away. So nothing bad. It's not like painful or anything. It's just kind of there. And I actually wrote down November 16th is when I started experiencing the eczema. So I was right after the 1 month point. So after the 2-month doctor's appointment and lab results, cholesterol still going up, so not great. I started taking milk thistle extract. So this is basically an herbal supplement. I got this off of Amazon. It's supposed to help with your liver and your cholesterol, lower your cholesterol. So both my doctor and my pharmacist, which I've gotten real tight with, said that it was a great idea that I started taking this. So I've been taking this for about 3 weeks now, and I just take 1,000 milligrams, so just 1 pill. And I take this with lunch usually, just so I'm not taking too many pills at night or in the morning, because I do take other pills. So this is kind of what I'm doing to help lower my cholesterol. And then also I'm supposed to be on a Mediterranean diet. I'm trying. So that was the only bad thing on the lab work. As far as my skin and everything, she said my back like completely cleared up. I don't really have anything on my back. I did have not bad acne on my back, but I definitely had it there and on my shoulders. I'm still getting it a little bit on my neck, but a lot of this is scarring. The dermatologist was very happy with the results. She seemed kind of like happier than I was. She seemed like between the minimal side effects and minimal dryness and everything is just going really well. So that made me happy. I'm just kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that minimal side effects and everything stay throughout the rest of the 4 months, because right now it's been really great. So suicidal thoughts and depression are a side effect of Accutane. And when I asked her about it, she said that it kind of just awakens, if you will, if you already have depressive tendencies. And I don't. I've never experienced depression. I've never experienced really anxiety or anything. So I haven't had any of those thoughts. I've been really great mentally. I had one kind of weird down day, but also should note this, I'm taking gabapentin too for my migraines as like a preventative neck stuff. So I've actually upped the dose of that since I've been on Accutane. So I am trying to distinguish what side effects are from that and what side effects are from Accutane. I can't think of anything else. If you guys have any specific questions or things that you want me to answer in the 3-month kind of skincare check-in video, let me know down below. I've kind of taken your questions from Twitter and Snapchat and everything, and I hope I answered them all in this video. I feel like there was something else I wanted to touch on, but I can't remember what it was. I went through all my notes. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Thank you for the amazing response after the acne story video. Again, this is just my experience. I'm not telling you to go on Accutane. It's a personal decision. But if this was helpful for you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. This video is going to be in a acne related playlist down below, so you can go watch other videos. If you are currently suffering from acne, I have a bunch of makeup related videos for that. Best foundations that have extreme coverage, kind of my previous products and everything I've tried, so all of that will be linked down below in the description box. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.